Next up on the call is Southern head coach Dawson Odums. Southern defeated Texas Southern by a final score of 31-24. They'll travel to Montgomery this week to face Alabama State for a 1 p.m. kickoff. Good morning, Coach Odums. Are you with us?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can. Thanks for joining us. If you could talk about your victory over Texas Southern and preview Alabama State.
Well, it was a good trip over to Houston. I thought we had a very focused football team going into that football game. And it showed we got off to a fast start. We were sitting there, we were up 21-3. The game started out, very slow for us again, but we were able to fake a punt and get some momentum. And I really think that kick-started our offense. So we were sitting there up 21-3, and next thing you know, it was right there about 4 minutes to go before the half. We throw an interception, they get some momentum, and we down 21-10. But overall, I think we came out in the second half. We made some plays. We didn't finish the football game the way I would like for us to finish, and the score made the game seem like a lot closer than what it was. But I really think defensively we performed very well against an explosive offensive football player that they have at quarterback. And offensively, we moved the ball. We just had some turnovers that allowed us to only score 31 points. But overall, it was a good win for us, and we were excited to continue the winning ways. Now we're going into this week's contest against a very good football team. They have offensively, they have some of the better offensive skill players that our conference has to offer. They spread the ball around. Their quarterback does an outstanding job of moving them. They tempo you. So, it's going to be a challenge for us. The offensive line does an outstanding job. Defensively, they have a very good defensive line, linebacker core. Really think their linebacker core might be the best in the conference. And, that makes your secondary better when you can get some pressure up front. I think they lead the conference in sacks. It's going to be a tough order for us going up there and playing against this very good football team. We're still trying to find our way against good football teams and figure out a way to win those kind of games.
The floor is now open for Dawson Odums, head football coach at University.
Hey, Coach, it's Les East with The Advocate. How are you?
I'm doing outstanding.
Good. Y'all made a decision a few weeks ago to get Justin Morgan and Randall Menard more involved in the offense, and it seems to have paid off. Can you just talk about what convinced you it was time to do that, and what do you think about how it's gone so far?
Well, I just think they're two explosive football players that are on our football team. So, we just try to find ways to get those guys the ball. When you look at the different offenses that we face, they have one or two players that the offenses are designed to get the ball to, and I said, well, we have 4 or 5 guys on offense that are explosive, so let's figure out a way to get the ball to these guys, and our offensive staff has been able to do that, and I give them credit for it, and, it's just good to see us going down the stretch with those guys making plays.
Can you talk about Thursday night? Will y'all get together to keep tabs on what's going on with the Prairie View game?
Well, Thursday night's usually a night for us as a staff to watch football. So, a lot of assistant coaches go out, and they get a chance to sit down. And because it's an early night for us, we get out of here pretty early, and at least they do. So I usually stay around and try to put some paperwork together and really fine tune the game plans. So, most definitely, I think they'll be somewhere watching and at least keeping an eye on it because we understand what's at stake.
Coach, can you talk about the decision to go with Loners Johnson over Coleman at the goal line with Favorite suspended for the first half?
Yeah, we had ran it a couple times in there, and Tillery had, kept his pass open, and I brought him out and, told him that, hey, man, down on the goal line, we call that tough man yards. So you got to get your pass over your toes and go stick your head in there and go get it. And Landreas run the football really hard. So, it's just, I tell guys, be ready for your opportunity. That's what football is all about. Give guys a chance and when you least expect it, so you got to always be ready. I was happy for that young man to finally get a carry, and that carry ended up being a touchdown for him.
Coach, what is going on with Coleman? Is he falling behind the other guys on the depth chart? Is that why Londres got in there?
Well, yes, and then, Coleman, has to understand, he has a tough class schedule, and, around here, man, it's real simple for us. If you're not practicing and they're practicing competing, it's hard for coaches to play you, and we understand we got a tough class schedule, and we understand some of the predicaments that our young men are in, but we also are expected to win football games.
Can you talk about the improved punting by Soden in recent weeks? I think that's 6 punts. He's down inside the 20. I think that's that's 6 of his 12 over the year. Can you talk about the improved punting, especially since the first 2 games of the season to now?
Well, I think you see the kind of talent that young man possesses. It's great to see him executing at a high level. I think he's gaining more confidence, week in and week out. The kid that he was punting against is one of the best averages in the conference. So, I think he came out and really took on that challenge. So it's just great to see him performing that way. And going down the stretch, man, your special teams got to be in tune if you want to win games going down the stretch.
In your kickoff coverage, Coach, I know that was a point of emphasis last week for y'all. Well, did you like what you saw on Saturday or Friday night, or would you see more improvement on that area?
Well, we got better. I think from last week to this past week, we got better. And what you were able to see was that, the speed in which our guys were running down there. They still increased us a couple of times. We had some guys that missed some tackles, but the fielding out there, it was bad. It got a lot of rain Thursday, and guys were slipping. So, that allowed them to get some big returns.
Coach, can you talk about y'all's pass rush from Friday night, Daniel Brown specifically? And is this what we can expect out of Southern now? The pieces starting to fall in place, and y'all are able to get after the quarterback a little bit?
Well, I think we found a combination of guys. Daniel Brown's one of our better football players. We played him we started him at inside linebacker. He's been playing outside for us, all year. He started at inside and then missed a beat. So we like the flexibility of the guys that we have in that group, and you just got a chance to see him. Then he left the inside and went to defensive end. And I think that's the hardest thing about, preparing for us is that we move guys around so much, and, we play ends and linebackers at ends. So, it's not as much pressure as we would like to put on people, but that front four is starting to gain some confidence. And if we can pressure with 4, then we like our chances going down the stretch.
Coach, getting back to Menard for a second, was there a specific time when you realized that he was ready and that the advantages of taking a red shirt were outweighed by his playmaking ability?
Well, we got a chance to watch him in practice, because he was down on the scout team going against our defense, and I watch his ball skills, and watch his desire, to be good. He has a tremendous work ethic, and he has the size and the speed. I mean, he caught a hitch, and it's something for receivers to see and understand when you catch the ball and go north. He caught a hitch, made one move, and he was out the gate. And 65 yards later, he was in the end zone. He has deceptive speed. He's very, very fast. And it's a scary fast because you look at his frame and you say he can't be moving that fast, but he's blessed with tremendous speed, and we just had to find a way to get him the football and look at what happened when you get the ball into guys that can run.
Thanks.